Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and today's hot topic is going to be my take on the whole Bad Bunny Kid Rock thing. I guess from a boomer perspective, from a senior lady perspective. And here's my thought on that. I feel like, full disclosure, I never heard of Bad Bunny until I guess the Grammys with that whole thing with Billie Eilish, I believe it is. So that's really the first time I ever heard of him. Full disclosure, I didn't know. And obviously I've heard of Kid Rock, it goes way back. Gosh, I think I was listening to him, I think in the 90s. He did that whole thing with Sheryl Crow and anyway, I'm not sure. So, of course, I watched, Kid Rock. I like Kid Rock. It's who I'm familiar with, and that's who I wanted to see. Now, that being said, in my mind, football is not partisan, right? It's not red, it's not blue, it's not Democrat, it's not Republican, independent. It's just American football, right? We get together, we watch Super Bowl, yay Seahawks now. So that's, to me, what the Super Bowl is about. Like, just enjoy yourself, leave the politics at home or whatever and have a good time. I did see online the back and forth about, watch Turning Point USA, we're going to do this American thing. And, I just heard Kid Rock. I'm like, I like Kid Rock. So, yeah, so I tuned into Kid Rock because, like I said, I like him, and that's where my enjoyment was. I liked, his music. However, my daughters, they know who Bad Bunny is, and they like Bad Bunny, and they watch that, and that's okay too. I kind of feel like whatever you wanted to do or did is right? There's no wrong here. You can watch whatever you want. You want to watch Bad Bunny, you want to watch Lady Gaga, you want to watch Kid Rock. To me, all of it was kind of okay. It was really about, to me anyway, it was about the Super Bowl, watching the game. Now, I have heard a lot of, how if you watch Bad Bunny, you're not supporting, America, or if you watch Kid Rock, you're against Latinos or Latinas or the Latin community, whatever. It's so, I'm sorry that this might not be the answer everyone wanted to hear, but that's very silly to me, right? Because whatever you wanted to watch, in my mind, was right, was okay. And that's kind of my take on that. To me, I feel like politics, there's a time and place for it, right? Like, for example, I don't think politics should be in the classroom. Now, I'm not talking about our high school kids that are seniors or our college kids. I'm talking about middle school, elementary school. It's probably not the place for a political view. Teaching them about politics, like this is what the Senate does, this is what the House of Representatives does, this is, what the presidential is, and and if there's an election, you teach them what it's about, and you teach them about local mayors, governors, city leaders. I think all that's important, and you can start that. Obviously, I think I did learn that early on, like in 5th grade. So that's okay. I think politics has its place. But I don't think the place is the classroom. I don't think the place is like church. I wouldn't want to see kids sitting in church, in Sunday school, and instead of learning about scripture or the Torah or whatever your faith is, instead of learning about that, they're learning, politics. Like, it's just silly. It's just not the place for it. So I kind of feel that way about the Super Bowl. All that is to say, I don't think it was the place for politics. I think it was a place for enjoyment. You enjoy the game, and a lot of people have Super Bowl parties, have family over. It's a really nice environment, and I think politics need to stay where they're meant to stay. I mean, you're out with your friends, you're having a beer or a cup of coffee, and it comes up, fine. I just think certain situations, especially if you have a divided household, right? Like, you have some Democratic family members and you have some Republican family members. I wouldn't sit across the Thanksgiving table and, let's hash out, the presidential election. It's probably not the place for that. And I think it's important to teach our kids that, right? It's okay for them to have differing opinions, right? Somebody, loves Trump, somebody hates Trump, somebody loves Hakeem Jeffries, somebody doesn't like him, all of that is okay as long as it's respectful dialogue and it's respectful communication. Because in my experience, this is all my opinions, by the way, I think what I've noticed is people who are very right-leaning, you're not going to probably change their mind, and people who are very left-leaning, you're not going to change their mind either. So my advice, and again, this is just, a boomer lady, is, tread lightly when it comes to politics. I would not say lose friends, lose family, lose people you love over, over an election or over a political topic. You want to see Bad Bunny, go see Bad Bunny. You want to see Kid Rock, go see Kid Rock. Enjoy yourself. And remember what you're there for. You're there to have a good time. And, and don't let it get all muckied up and murkied up with, politics, right? And that's my 2 cents. Only because somebody asked me, so I thought, what? Yeah, let me stick my boomer lady thoughts on that. To me, whatever you did was right. You watched, one is right, you watch the other, it's right, whatever you enjoy. And just be respectful of what the other person wants to do. That's okay too, right? So anyway, thanks for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts. Did you watch Bad Bunny? Did you watch Kid Rock? Was there any friction in the family over that? I mean, I'd be real curious to hear, your thoughts on that. I stayed home. I was laying low. It's just me and my husband. There wasn't a lot of drama here, which I'm happy for that. But I've heard some things. I've heard some drama going on around with other people, but that's for another day. So let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you had any issues and that's everything. So anyway, have a great day. See you in the next one.